Moving into new business. Item J is discuss and consider an RFP for the development of the historic city center building in downtown Ironton. Eric, will you be presenting that tonight, or Sure.
So, this is similar to the depot request for proposals, with the idea that we're looking to get great ideas from private, for-profit, and non-profit entities that could come in and help us redevelop this city center building and essentially take it back out of the city's hands, which we're not good at being in the business of owning property. But if we can support and provide public incentives for a private investor or more than one investor to come in and revitalize that building, I think that's on the core block of the downtown. We're really excited about the possibility of getting something, some big impact on that ground floor and better and more extensive use of the second floor as well. So that's the basic idea behind the request for proposals. The RFP was developed by kind of a marketing team that's part of a larger city center working group. I have a little handout on working group just to bring you up to speed on them. So the working group consists of representatives of the Downtown Development Authority, the Historic Ironton Theater, and the City Commission. And they just kind of put their heads together and started some working groups. This is one of the smaller teams. It's led by a couple of project drivers. Put together this request for proposals for this City Commission's consideration.
Great, thanks, Mary. Any questions?
My only question, I really like the way the RFP is presented. How will it be distributed?
The focus is on a couple of different avenues there. One is that we've developed a parallel, we've gotten kind of marketing support from Gina Thorson Jacquard, who's, not sure how to sequence her name correct, but she's helping with some of the marketing. So she's already set up a Facebook page that is a kind of a marketing parallel to this. That's one venue. I guess maybe there are two other ones. One is to, we've already had some interaction with someone who puts articles in the Minneapolis Star Tribune and other big papers, and kind of a stringer, but who focuses on these kind of downtown revitalization and similar kind of projects. So we reached out to her. That would be ideal. I mean, if we could get a big bounce in Chicago or Minneapolis to get people looking at this project. And then the other is a little more mundane. They're the American Planning Association, the American Institute of Architects, and landscape architects all have websites where you can post RFPs and requests for qualifications as well with these kinds of content, and where you get developers and redevelopers and planners and those kind of people looking at them. So those are what we were thinking of. If you have other ideas, we're very open.
And Eric, you're also, if there's a direct interest or business that someone wants to send to, we'll send directly to them also.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we want as broad distribution of this as possible.
Mm-hmm. So it wouldn't be a bad thing where we do pass this on to any contacts?
Oh, absolutely. We don't know where the ideas are going to come from. We just assume that somebody out there has both the interest and the ideas, the energy, and maybe the resources to work with us. There are tax incentives on the city side that could be offered. There are, to the extent that they create permanent jobs, we're able to mobilize some resources through the Community Development Block Grant Program. So we're kind of open and kind of excited to see what these ideas might be to take that building. Other things are happening on that focus block of the downtown. This would be just one more project that we're hoping to see move forward.
Thanks, Mary.
I will make a motion that we submit the RFP presented.
Motion by Commissioner Lucius, seconded by Commissioner Lamb to approve the RFP for the City Center building. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Item J1, amended item is to discuss and consider the bid for the rooftop heating and cooling unit for the memorial.
And I'll just touch on that and turn it over to Karen. I think everybody is aware one of the rooftop units that cool the building went out over the last few weeks. And we've had a number of people take a look at that and give us some recommendations whether to fix it or replace it. And Karen, you want to go through some of the discussions with that?
Two of the compressors are out. It's a 15-year-old unit. It really doesn't, according to the recommendation, it's better to replace it than try to fix the two compressors at this point. So we went out and got a couple of bids, and we took the lowest bidder, which happens to be our local.
And just my question I ask every time, what portion of the budget is
This will come out of the building department. We set aside $30,000 every year for improvements. Unfortunately, that will push off some things that needed to be done in its place.
I'll make a motion we approve the contract to bid to
Support.
Motion by Commissioner Seymour, seconded by Commissioner Corcoran. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Seymour?
Yes.
Corcoran? Yes. Lamb? Yes. Lucius?
Yes.
Bergeron?
Yes. Item J2 is discuss and consider awarding the bid to Nacy Roofing for the roof repair of Iron Public Safety.
Thank you. Down at the public safety building on the west side, they had some damage due to icing, and basically the roof itself needs to be replaced, and then there's some interior work, some of the insulation and things like that that need to be replaced. So Andrew Giorgio put together a bid spec, went out and got bids for it. We had two bidders, Nacy Roofing and Angelo Lupino, and Nacy Roofing was the low bid, essentially to replace the west side of the roofing out there. We are working with the insurance company. They will pick up the cost of replacing that portion of the roof, which amounts to about $59,000 of that amount will be picked up through insurance. The rest will be picked up through city funds that we have budgeted for this project. So, Andrew, anything else to add to this?
Part of it too was fixing, so the problem wasn't really clear with building the interior wall. Part of the problem was created by heat loss, the ice and things.
And that portion will not be funded through insurance. The correction to the roof would be, but building the wall and some other smaller parts will have to be funded through the city funds.
Okay. I'll make a motion we award the bid as described in item J2.
Motion by Commissioner Seymour, seconded by Commissioner Lucius. Award the lowest bid or to Nacy Roofing. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Corcoran? Yes. Lamb? Yes. Lucius?